परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि।
प्रांगण में अवस्थित पवित्र बोध वृक्ष के नीचे 2554वें बुद्ध जयंती के अवसर पर आयोजित इस समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि बनते ज्ञानदेव महाथेरा, समारोह के विशिष्ट अतिथि डॉक्टर कुमार राणा अवधेश जी, आयुक्त मगध प्रमंडल गया, उपस्थित परम पूज्य भिक्षु संघ, विभिन्न देशों से आए हुए श्रद्धालुगण, उपासकगण, उपासिकागण। आज का दिन बौद्ध पंचांग में अत्यंत ही पवित्र दिन है। आज के ही दिन भगवान बुद्ध का जन्म, ज्ञान प्राप्ति एवं महापरिनिर्वाण घटित हुआ था। विशेषकर इस स्थल का महत्व ज्यादा है क्योंकि इसी स्थल पर भगवान तपस्वी सिद्धार्थ को संबोधि प्राप्ति हुई और वे बुद्ध बन गए। इसी स्थान से बौद्ध धर्म के का प्रचार प्रसार प्रारंभ हुआ। आज इस अवसर पर देश एवं विदेश से के कोने कोने से आए हुए श्रद्धालुओं का, मुख्य अतिथि का, विशिष्ट अतिथि का मैं हार्दिक अभिनंदन बोध गया मंदिर प्रबंधकारिणी समिति की ओर से करता हूँ। जो हमारे श्रद्धालु बाहर से आए हुए हैं उनकी सुविधा के लिए कई प्रकार की व्यापक व्यवस्थाएं बोध गया मंदिर प्रबंधकारिणी समिति द्वारा किया गया है। मैं समझता हूँ कि उनका यहाँ का प्रवास काफ़ी आरामदायक होगा। यदि किसी प्रकार की कोई कठिनाई होगी तो वे बोध गया मंदिर प्रबंधकारिणी समिति के कार्यालय में आकर संपर्क कर सकते हैं, उनकी समस्या का निदान होगा। धन्यवाद।
आपने सुना है वैदिक ज्योतिष के बारे में, आपने सुना है पश्चिमी ज्योतिष के बारे में। भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार हिमालय के रहस्यमय इलाकों की ज्योतिष शास्त्र की गणना से जानिए क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे। तिब्बत, नेपाल और भारत के हिमालय क्षेत्रों की बौद्ध संस्कृति ने अपना विशेष ज्योतिष शास्त्र विकसित किया है। बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्र, जिसमें होता है 12 साल का एक चक्र। पहले साल का प्रतिनिधित्व माउस यानी चूहा करता है। इसी तरह वृष, बाघ, खरगोश, ड्रैगन, सांप, घोड़ा, भेड़, बंदर, पक्षी, कुत्ता और सुअर 12 सालों का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं। बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्र की गणना काफी सटीक मानी जाती है। तो क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे, जानिए बुद्धिस्ट एस्ट्रोलॉजर से।
Namaskar, Trishtile. My name is Kunkar Tilu. I'm an astrologer from Tibet Medical and Astro Institute. The following are daily prediction for the month of September. 18 September 2010, Saturday, 11th lunar day, 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is earth water. Combination is good. This day is good for enjoying parties, dressing up, and etc. Avoid inviting guests at your home. This day is also secure and thus not good day for undertaking Tarsec therapies. Okay to raise rear flex, Thumtong or empty vase is at east direction, so important works should not be done while facing east direction. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at same time in same channel. (19 September 2010, Sunday, 12th lunar day and 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is earth, fire. Is a bad combination. It brings lot of sufferings, but activities related to defeating enemies is forceful. This day is not a good day to start new business or trades. In this day, success is there. Thus, avoid undertaking Tarsec therapies. Thumtong is at east direction, so important activities should not be done while facing east direction. 20th September 2010, Monday, 12th lunar day, 8th lunar month. Elemental combination is earth water, which is good elemental combination, and it has a potential to bring youthfulness and happiness. Good day for having parties, games, wearing fashionable clothes, and etc. This day is especially good for people of dog year. However, this is not a good year to start business or engagement in important business assignments. Raising up the prayer flags are okay. Thumtong or empty vase is at the east direction, so important activities should not be done while facing at the east. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at same time in same channel.
Last 51 years here in this country, and also have the opportunity to visit different part of the world, and also from time to time sort of also the heard, right? Or hearing, heard. You see the conflict. Although I think the now 21st century, I think compare 20th century, I think the overall picture much better, much safer. Till later part of 20th century, the real threat of nuclear holocaust there. Few occasions I visited the West Germans border. So sometimes when I spent one night in this area, a little fear. If something happened, from India come that place to wait nuclear bomb like that. So that kind of situation now completely changed. So overall picture, the world much safer, much better. So of course pockets here and there, some violence still there. Then of course the terrorist, or danger of terrorist is invisible sort of force, difficult. Our scale of sort of military sort of forces is clear target. So you can use because of the forceful, because of the weapons, but invisible, difficult, is it? Whole world, the word peace, everywhere, peace, world peace, world peace. I think the people generally really fed up about violence, about bloodshed. That's clear. In early part of 20th century, or till early part of 20th century, when nation declare war, every citizen proudly joined mobilization of the war. Since Vietnam War, now that kind of situation no longer there. When you see the nation declare, people put big question, why? So actually, just before Iraqi crisis, millions of people come out opposing violence from Australia up to Washington, like that. These are clear indications. The desire, peace is very strong. As I mentioned yesterday, now we should we should promote. If we really want peaceful world, then we must create an effective, practical method to face this conflict without using force. That is dialogue. The concept of ahimsa should not remain lip service way, must in our blood. So India's concept of ahimsa, Mahatma Gandhi, freedom fight, he implemented 1,000-year-old India's concept of ahimsa. And then follow Mahatma Gandhi's sort of example, Nelson Mandela, also inspired his early period a little bit sort of militant, but later part when actual transform of South Africa through non-violence way. So therefore, the religious harmony which exists in this country more than 2,000 years. So then I really impressed India's ahimsa concept and practice of harmony on the basis of mutual respect. All different religions. Changing religion is not easy. So that means we respect we admire. Theoretically, yes, the concept of God, a little bit from the Buddhist viewpoint, a little controversial, but doesn't matter. It works. It brings immense sort of benefit to millions of people in the past, at present, in future too. So we must accept that reality. So that's India's tradition. Argument there, so through centuries, argument there. But you say no, without losing respect. So these two things I really impressed. Last 51 years I learned from this country. So therefore, I am acting like messenger of India. While I'm talking these things to different part of the world, I really feel proud. But in the meantime, within the country, these two things not remain just because of the idea or traditional thing. It is something very relevant to today's world. You should be more active in these two fields. And within the country also, you see, we must refresh these ideas. And then tell other people. Sometimes I used to jokingly telling people, my Indian friend, you see, you export ahimsa and to some extent world. So eventually, too much export and reduce within the country is not good. So you must export.
कल आप देखेंगे परम पावन दलाई लामा जी के जीवन क्या है इस व्याख्यान का अगला भाग।